Hello, boys and girls. I am back. Today, I am finally getting back into some questions. Yes, this is going to be Q&A. I hope you're ready, and let's do this. My today's Q&A is going to be based on some questions that I collected from people that support me on Patreon. Now, the reason I did that is because some of the people on Patreon are very dear to me. I know them personally. So if you want to be part of something bigger, if you want to have part into my creative life or creative process, you can join me on Patreon and links are below. All right, I have a lot of questions, so I hope you guys are ready. Kevin is asking, what makes you the happiest? Thank you, Kevin, for this question. It's actually a very touching question. What makes me the happiest? It makes me happy to be on the road with my band. It makes me happy to be able to say that I have the dream job because making music, creating, sharing my music with people is definitely a dream come true. It's very fulfilling, so it makes me very happy. Obviously, nature makes me happy, very happy. So I love hikes and going outside and every type of outdoors activities. There are so many things that make me happy, little things even. You know, I love to think that life is made from little things. So those little things are so important, and if they don't make you happy, there's a problem there, you know. Don't want to get too deep into this because it's definitely a very short question, but we can talk about this forever, right? So, next question. My Valentine. She's asking, what was the very first thing that made you decide you wanted to be in a metal band and to scream? And how did you feel at first when you did it? Well, I don't know. I just happened to be in the band accidentally. I was just invited to do it for fun in the beginning. I never really dreamed about being in a band before. Luna, come up. Luna, come up. Good girl. Come up, come here. Good girl. Okay, stay here. Upside down puppy. Stay here, stay with me. Good girl. Yeah, so I never really thought I'm going to end up in a band, so it was never really like a goal. But as soon as that happened, as soon as I started making my first steps in music in general, I knew exactly that metal is the genre that I love the most listening to. So it makes me feel alive when I can scream, when I can, sing, be emotional, and it's just awesome, man. I love it. It's like a therapy. So I hope I answered your question, because nothing really made me decide it. Very important detail was when I was on the stage for the very first time, I knew exactly that I want to do this more and more and more. So that was probably what made me decide I'm going to continue doing it. Thank you for the question, by the way. James Hartshorn is asking, what is your process like for working out a new song? Any particular methods you use for songwriting? Thank you, James. I think my secret is that I just write all the time. I don't really write under pressure, I guess. It never happened to me, like, really. It happened to me that under time restrictions, I had to finish certain lyrics that I already started, but it was never like, okay, we are recording an album and I have 0 lyrics prepared. I just write all the time, and ideas are always there. Some are finished, like little poems. So that's, I guess, my little secret. When I have to compose melody, for the music, it's a little bit different, because then is when I need my time, I need my space, I need my, mood to be right, just so I can decide which lyrics go with what song, and what is this song going to be sounding like, more brutal or less brutal. So I guess, yeah, it's as simple as that, believe it or not. I know maybe a lot of musicians have a more tedious ritual for that, but not me. I guess my rule number 1 is not to do it under pressure, just to write when I feel like writing, and I feel like writing all the time. It's just something I started doing when I was a kid, just putting ideas on a paper, and it's just with me since I was 14, I believe. JD is asking, yay, I remember reading that you speak 5 languages. Which were the hardest to learn? And which are your favorite to speak? Actually, I speak 4 languages. I speak Romanian and Russian because these 2 languages were with me since my childhood. And I speak Italian because my family moved to Italy, and I finished high school and did university in Italy. And I also speak English, mainly because I chose languages in the university, and also because I moved to America. However, I do understand a little bit of Spanish because I studied it for 1 year in a university, and it's very, very close to the Italian and Romanian, because they are both Latin languages. So I also used to speak perfectly Armenian because my father is Armenian, and however, I forgot the language. I mean, I can understand certain things. I can even remember certain phrases, but I can't have a conversation. It's a pity because I was very proud to know such a unique language. But, it happens when you don't use a language, you lose it. But I believe my favorite to learn was Italian. Probably because I was like almost like thrown in the ocean and just had to learn how to swim. Basically, that's how I felt when we moved to Italy. I knew 0 Italian. I had to go to school, and I knew that my family moves here, so it was hard to learn in the beginning. However, I have a big love for Italian language and for Italian culture, and yeah, it has a special place in my heart for sure. English I love, definitely is one of the best languages to write in, to read in, to watch movies. I grew up in school learning English, since I was a kid, so it was kind of always there with me. And Russian and Romanian are absolutely amazing as well, but they are like part of me, so I can't really compare it to a language that I started learning from scratch when I was, an adult. So, Claudio Susio is asking, did you ever witness a brawl during or before an Infected Rain show so that the concert was cancelled or suspended? Not sure what this means and what you mean. I guess a situation, or I don't know, or something that was, something that happened that would jeopardize a show. I mean, of course, when you're on a road, Claudio, a lot of things happen. Seriously, a lot of things happen. And we had situations where, I mean, we had car accidents with the band, we had robbery of our tour van, we had times where we barely made it to the opening doors because we were late for some reasons that weren't caused by us, like a traffic or like police control or borders or other little things, So, yeah, but while on tour, we never canceled a show. Like while on tour. It happened that we had to cancel shows before we went on tour, but super rare. We cherish every show and every possibility to play. Marcus Litvin is asking, did you move to Las Vegas and why? Yes, I moved to Las Vegas 5 years ago, and interesting reasons. It's a long story, but if we want to make it raw and short, I moved here for love. We were all very naive. Anyways, it worked out for me, so I'm still here. Francesco is asking, which was the strangest thing you've ever done for your bandmates? Strangest thing. Oh my god. I don't think I've done anything strange. I love helping out. I love being there for them. I love surprise them here and there with some goodies sometimes. I love laughing with them and partying with them. But did I do something weird or strange for them? I honestly don't think I ever did. Really. So, nope. Miroslav has a lot of questions, so I will answer a couple. What was your nickname as a kid? And what was your favorite toy? That's a good one. Thank you, Miroslav. Oh my god, as a kid, when I was like very, very young, because of my very weird teeth, I was called a vampire. Like, kids were making fun of me and they thought that would break my heart, but for some reason it never did. I took it like a good thing, and I would just like run around and scare them off and stuff, I never had a different other nickname. I think me and my sisters, it was funny because other kids in our neighborhood would call us the Manuk's band, which is funny because this is my father's name. His name is Manuk. Very Armenian name. And yeah, because we would like hang out all together the majority of the time, we were called Manuk's band. Believe it or not. Now that I think about it, it's kind of funny. Now, I did have a favorite toy growing up, yes, and it was a sad toy actually. It was a motorcycle, and it was actually plastic, made out of plastic, so it had no wheels. The wheels were plastic too. It was just a thing shaped like a motorcycle that looked like a motorcycle, so you could like sit on it, but that's it. Oh my god, I loved that thing so much. I used to just drag it around and make motorcycle noises with my mouth, be like It was a funny one. It really was. I loved that thing so much. It was with me everywhere. But however, I didn't have too many toys, I guess, growing up. And we would share toys with my sisters and cousins. So yeah, I guess that's my choice. Also, Miroslav is asking, at what point in your career would you like to go back and relive that day? Oh shit. Well, I think I would love to relive the day of my first show with Infected Rain. And just maybe even like talk to that super scared, insecure girl and tell her she's got it and it's all gonna work out awesomely. Because there were so many doubts in that head, so many fears. There still are, but yeah, I would love to relive that for sure. The worst movie you actually loved. Wait, what? The worst movie that I loved? Oh, well, I think it's a pretty cheesy movie, and it's funny. I loved growing up Vampires by John Carpenter, I think. Now that when I look at it, it's a funny, cheesy, in a way, like, I don't know, it has its moments, but still, for some reason, I loved it so much. Me and my friend Natasha, growing up, we used to watch it all the time. Andrei is asking, will be very interesting to know, how is it to be Lena Scissorhands? Seriously? How do I know? I don't know how is it to be somebody else. So how do I answer this question? If you mean how is it to be the me that everybody see on social media and the me that people think I somehow created, like the persona I created for my band, for my art, then my answer is easy. I didn't create anything. I was like that way before the band. I just loved being a rebel, and look different and stand up and, I don't know, be loud and funny and all over the place. I used to be even funnier, actually, back in the days. I miss that girl, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, I used to be me, and the me you guys know way before the band, so I'm not 100% sure how to answer that question, honestly. Dmitry is asking, I would like to get some details about the live performance. For example, as far as I understand, most of the live performances of Infected Rain are held together with other bands. Is there 50% Infected Rain, 50% other bands, or distribution in venue? Oh, the distribution is even. Yeah, I don't know if I understood correctly your question or not, but all tours are different. That's first of all. Second of all, unfortunately, I don't feel comfortable to discuss and or reveal any type of percentage, who gets how much, where, when, how. These are not things that we can discuss. So I hope you understand. However, I can tell you that it all depends from the tour, it all depends from the show, it all depends from if the band has a new album that just came out and they are very fresh and very demanded, or they didn't give to people an album for a while, so it's not really about who's more famous or who sells the most or whatever. It's some conditions that the band agrees on way before it goes on tour. So that's it, however, we very often go on tour with other bands, but we also very often take other bands with us, so we headline the tours. So again, every tour is different. Should one expect that only never Endorphin songs are being played, or something from Asylum era is also being performed live? Your questions are a little bit backwards. Either I'm a little bit slow today, or, well, please don't expect anything. And then if you don't expect anything, you might be surprised sometimes by the bands you love. We don't know that. I mean, when, let's say, normal scenario, there's no pandemic and there's normal scenario. When a band has more than 3 albums even, right? And we are about to launch our 5th album. How many songs do you think a band can perform live, especially if the band is not headlining? Well, I will tell you, if you don't know, there's never more than 10 songs. Unless the band headlines, then the band can play way longer. Even when the band headlines, the band cannot play all the songs. Now, we have to choose. And by choosing, we choose our singles, and we choose songs that we think are more adapt for a live performance. Like, I don't know, faster, heavier, or whatever. However, that doesn't mean that one day the band doesn't decide to play, I don't know, the whole first album. So there's no rules about that, We played songs from Endorphin even before Endorphin was out. We played some certain singles. Now, we also played songs from Asylum for a while, like we just literally stopped playing Judgmental Trap and so on. Now, Martin also has a lot of questions, and we are going to choose a couple, you guys. I hope you are okay with that. You've done some cover songs so far, but the song choice was up to someone else. What would be a song you personally would love to do as a cover of? Very interesting question, Martin. I am not a big cover song artist. So yeah, I'm very picky when it comes to choosing a song to do a cover of, because I really have to connect to that song and feel it. Also, the musicians that I work with have to feel it too. So if one gives me the choice right now, what would I choose? I would definitely choose a Queen song, for sure. So many good ones, so many that I can really feel deep in my chest. I would choose a song from Adele, or I would choose Pink, Family Portrait. It's a song that I wanted to do a cover of since that song probably came out. I always loved it. I would probably make a cover of NF. Yeah, I know it's rap music. It's completely different, but I would probably do that because I can really feel very close to everything he sings about. Have you ever been gambling in the casinos in Las Vegas? No, I'm not a gambler. I'm not a gambler at all. Never been. And I never gambled. I think I used $10 in a machine when I just came here to visit because my friends said you have to, and that was good enough for me. So no, I'm not a gambler. Did you think about taking pictures yourself as a photographer? Oh, so okay. Yeah, actually, I started doing that lately even. I love photography. I'm not good at it, and I'm not really, I don't understand all the options that a camera can give you. But I love pictures, and I love taking pictures of the nature and of my dog Luna. She's this troublemaker, is always around. But yeah, I like it very much, for sure. Thank you, Martin, for your questions. Yeah, let's move on. Paolo. Ciao, Paolo. He's asking, has it ever been proposed to be an actress, even in a small part of a film? Yes, actually, I got requested that a couple of times. And I will be honest with you, it's flattering, and I think that it would be nice and fun to act. Especially, like in a horror movie or like stuff like that. but I never did. Yeah, I never did. I was told that I'm a good actress based on the music videos. I don't know if that's true, but if that is true and you all think that, that might be because I know exactly what I have to deliver because I wrote it. Those are my lyrics, and it's easy. I don't have to like act. It doesn't make sense? So I don't know. I don't know if I would be a good actress or not, but it's definitely something interesting for me. Turbin is asking, what profession path do you think you would have taken if you didn't become a singer? I think that I would have stayed in the career I was already in for years. I used to be a hair and makeup artist, and I loved it. I loved it very much. I was in a very good place with a lot of good clientele that left a lot of space for my creativity, and I worked with photographers, cool projects here and there. However, music took over, and it was something I just started loving more. So if I was never becoming a singer, I would have been a hair and makeup artist. I would have continued that path for sure. Mirka is asking, okay, so there are many questions. Let's see. Is there a thing that you don't like about yourself and consider it bad for you, and you're trying to change or work on? Yes. And I know, yeah, here it says not physical, of course. Yes, of course. There are so many things that I'm trying to work on. Oh, so many. I trust easily, and that sometimes can be a bad thing because, you know, the world we live in, unfortunately, is not created only by honest people. So that burned me a couple of times. I am trying to also stop romanticizing things. And I'm not talking about romance in general, but I just bring things to a different level sometimes. And romanticizing situations, people, things give me in my head a different perspective. Such different perspective that it's not even close to what the people that are involved think or meant. And that's a problem because my inner world is just always tempted to romanticize everything and make it special and make it unique. I feel like I have to be easier when it comes to that. I have to, because life is easier than we think, you know, in a good way. I mean, maybe if we start thinking and accepting things easier, maybe then we won't be hurt as often, because things are more simple than we think. So I'm working on that, for sure. For sure. It's not a good quality, trust me, guys. Not a good quality. Also, Mirka is asking, if you could be a cartoon character for a movie, would you be you inside, or would you be a cartoon? It's a complicated question. I never thought about it. Like, I would love to be Jessica Rabbit. Of course. I mean, I have the hair and all. Don't have her body. However, would love to be her. A cartoon character never dies. And it's immortal, and it's always colorful, normally. So it would be nice to be a cartoon character inside and out. If you feel sad, what cheers you up? What makes you smile? Do you prefer to be cheered up, or do you like sometimes to just accept feeling like shit? Good question, Mirka. Very good question. Actually, it's something that I learned not too long ago about myself and about people. I learned that sometimes when there's a sad situation or a sad mood, certain people don't need to be cheered up, they only need to be heard. So they basically need to say it out loud, to tell you all about it, and they only need you to listen. They don't necessarily need you to jump upside down to make them laugh or to change their mood, and they don't need you necessarily to give them advices of what to do. Now, who am I in this situation? I am both. So I definitely sometimes accept that all I need is to say it out loud. And I do that through my music very often. I do that with my friends very often. I literally just telling them what bugs me helps dealing with what bugs me, right? Because saying things out loud, believe it or not, it's like they're real. When things are only in your head, we overthink, we just like build it and build it and build it until there's like buildings of negativity and you feel worse and worse and worse. But if we say that out loud to ourselves or to a friend or to a family member, we realize that, yeah, it's sad, but it's not such a tragedy. And it helps. So, that for sure. However, of course, I love to have my thoughts like distracted from what bugs me, you know? Again, not necessarily something that I need someone to give me advice or to like have pity on me and be like, oh, poor Lena is going through shit. No. I hate that actually. I love, however, to get distracted by whatever makes me feel sad. Yeah, a movie, a good comedy, a good bath, a good walk in the nature, listening to good music, but I have to be very careful not to get into sad music because I tend to do that. And yeah. However, sometimes it's okay to be sad. It's okay to hurt. It's okay not to be okay. So it's okay to cry and listen to sad songs and eat ice cream. You know what I mean? We all have been there. So just like any human beings, I can't really choose one. It all depends from the situation. It depends if the thing that caused my sadness is something fresh or something old and I'm just overthinking. It all depends. Thank you, Mirka, for all your questions. And next one is Mike. Hey, Lena, in your worldly travels, is there any place that really sticks out to in the way of nature landscape? What country is iconic in that way? Oh my god, that's easy. Out of war I've been, I think Switzerland wins. Just the landscape there, man. Oh my god. And I've traveled a little, you know, and I've seen some beautiful places. And between Switzerland and its mountains and lakes and beautiful clean nature, between that and Hawaii. Hawaii is not a very clean place because of people. However, nature is insanely beautiful there. Insanely beautiful. The water, the mountains, the volcano mountains or whatever, I never seen anything like that. It's so beautiful. So I would stick with those two for now. However, I know that New Zealand is going to take my breath away. I know that, there are so many more places on this planet that are absolutely beautiful. So I can't wait to see. Before this virus, have you found time to visit wildlife sanctuaries? I don't know what is exactly a wildlife sanctuary. I've been to certain wild places in Hawaii, and I've been to some wild, really cool places in Romania, some caves and like really cool forests. But I don't know if that's like an actual like sanctuary considered or not. I don't know. All right. We have next question from Andreas. Do you want to live in Las Vegas forever or go back to Moldova at any time or other country? For now, I want to live here. Yes, I feel like home here. I love many things about Las Vegas and America in general. It has its positive aspects and its negative aspects, just like other countries. For now, I am not planning to move. Can't say that I felt like home in Moldova, to be honest. I love Moldova very much. I love its nature, people, and so many things. But honestly, I never really felt like home there. I don't know. It's just the reality, the truth. With all due respect to the country I was born in. It was, yeah. Also, and Andreas is asking, what's the most important feature in people for you? Honesty. And yeah, just to be genuine, it comes together with honesty, I guess. I like charisma. I like compassion. I like awareness. Oh my God, awareness. I guess awareness and discipline. These two are such rare qualities. And people that have no awareness and no discipline are all over the place. They are all over the place because if you have awareness and discipline, you have everything else. You have compassion, you have, the ability to be true to yourself. You have everything else. It comes with it. So I guess I'll choose this too. Yes. Christian is asking, when you look back, what was your best decision and what was your biggest mistake? I learned not to ever regret about my past. However, I do understand and I do know that I made a lot of mistakes. Just like we all do. But do I consider them mistakes and regret about them? No. I don't, because I am trying to learn from them and I'm trying to accept them because of the mistakes we do in life, we are who we are now. And because of the good decisions that we make, we are where we are now and who we are now. So, yeah, I think it was a very... I think I'll just stick with the best decision. The best decision in my life was definitely to start singing in Infected Rain when I was given the opportunity. And not chicken out when nobody else believed in me and when I was seriously hated for so many reasons because I really wanted to do that. So I think I will never regret starting that. Silvio has a couple of questions here. What do you like most about yourself? Whoa! You guys put me here in the spotlight. What do I like the most? I think what I like the most about myself is that I love learning. I really do. I was good in school. I was a nerd. And I always tended to, I really love learning, honestly. And of course, I choose what I want to learn, but I don't really give up the opportunity to learn something new if I have the time, especially. So I love learning. That's, I think, a good quality to have. It's a tough question because I mean, I don't have a super high self-esteem, to be honest. So that might sound like a surprise for many people, but it's true. It's the truth. I try to be honest as much as I can in life with myself and the people around me. So that's a good quality. I will try my best to always keep that one going. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. What food couldn't you live without? Oh, I can't live without pizza. I love pizza so much. I know, stop judging. I just love pizza. Are you holding into something that you should let go of? Ah, I don't know. I guess we all do, in a way. If we are talking about forgiveness, if we are talking about like letting go of something that hurt me in the past, oh, I'm the first person to do that. Actually, I even get hurt because of that, because I forgive people too fast or right away or whatever. But now, I don't know how to explain that, but a lot of things from my past still haunt me. Even though I forgave and let go, because they created me, they made me who I am, they are still with me. So that, I guess, means that I'm still holding on them, like some people from my childhood and like disappointments from my childhood or from my adult life. What surprised you the most about your own life? I have no idea how to answer this. I mean, I get surprised easily because little things make me happy. So, I'm always surprised how many people come to Infected Rain shows. I'm always surprised how many people actually support and love my band and or me separately from the band as an artist. I'm always super surprised when I get any type of positive feedback or love from people, because again, I don't really have all that like self-esteem and like self-love that you might think I do, but I don't. So I always like surprise me when I see like letters and just words of support towards what I do. I'm like, really? How important is this? It's so important. So, it swipes away the doubt that I have to, stop what I'm doing. There's always that doubt right there saying, what are you doing? Nobody needs this. This is not what people want or need. Nobody's going to like this. But having that encouragement from the listeners and the supporters surprises me every time. Every time, honestly. Okay, we have a couple of more questions. No, actually, we are done. Daniel is our last one. Okay, Daniel is asking, in regards of your modeling photography, is there a specific place or setting that you would love to shoot that you haven't yet? Yes, of course. I would love to have more photo shoots outdoors in nature. I don't do a lot of those, unfortunately, because those require more planning and more equipment and more gear, and it's not always something that I can do or my photographers can do. I would also love to do some photo shoots where I can be like more like certain type of creatures, more like creatures that I do for my music videos sometimes, or like something not human like, also requires a lot of gear, time, patience. So not always I'm able to do that. Is there any theme that you desire to be shoot in? For example, pinup, military, or horror? Yeah, I would like to do more horror for sure. I love pinup as well. Yeah, easy question, and it's the last one. What size or size range of shirts do you wear? Oh my god, I wear all the sizes from small to triple extra large. Seriously, I love to sometimes just like swim in my shirts. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Some of these questions were really hard, honestly, and some of them were a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, you know, you've been very creative with these questions. So, sending you love for that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to join on Patreon if you want to be part of this in the future. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and of course, don't forget to smile.